recorded with the night vision goggles by William in Monterey, California, and in his home outside in the garden. And he records every day. He's a devoted sky watcher. Wonderful work of research.
Okay, now just a couple of shots that were taken by the stereo mission that is around the sun, and this has created a lot of controversy, and I just wanted to present you a couple of pictures of this because very recently, January 18th, this project, the satellite stereo, which are two satellites in both sides of the sun, were able to obtain these pictures. You can see these objects very close to the sun, and if this is real, of course, this is the sun, it would be the size of our planet. If these are UFOs, these are as big as our planet. And we're going to continue observing this. I mean, we're going to follow this process because the explanation that NASA gave us is unacceptable. They say that it's a failure of the system and et cetera, et cetera. These are some of the main events in Mexico and around the world, some of the most meaningful around the world, like this one, recorded the 3rd of March, 2009, outside Moscow. This video was presented by the Russian television, and we were able to translate this, and I think it's very interesting. Look at it, please.
Сидеть надоело мне, лапы сложа. Я очень хотел бы пойти сторожа. Висит объявление у наших ворот. Собака нужна, сторожить огород. Ты меня знаешь, я храбрый щенок. Появится кошка, собью ее сном. Я тявкать умею рычать. Умею своих у чужих кричать. Котята боятся меня как огня. Скажи мне по совести, примут меня?
Хорошо. Молодец. Ух ты, смотри, молодежь, что там на улице? Шарик какой-то.
Ух ты!
Ух ты, как интересно, что это за шарик такой?
НЛО, может быть?
Да какие НЛО? Разве бывает НЛО? Смотри-ка, он двигается, да?
Ну вот. Похоже на каплю.
Механизмы стрельбы подозрительным образом.
Я тоже сниму.
У всех этих орудий были собраны
Ух
Все это в очередной раз подтвердило информацию спецслужб о наличии в Кремле некой группы людей, не желающих выполнения мятежного генерала.
I think this is very interesting because it's very similar to the many spheres that many people have recorded in Mexico and around the world. And now we have one of those spheres. Many people have told us this, that they come close to the houses, they observe people through the windows, and they get very, very close. But we never had a video like this. And that's why I think it's very meaningful. Again, another video from Russia, because Russia has become one of the centers of the activity of this phenomenon. And this is very interesting because it's very similar to a UFO that was photographed in Mexico last year. Watch it. We haven't found any trace of manipulating the image. And this was very interesting because last year we had these 4 photographs, and just in the first one that was taken by a young kid, 14-year-old young kid inside the school, and all the All his friends saw the picture that was taken, and we thought that was very interesting and very similar to the video we just saw from Russia. It's the same object. And this kid in Mexico took 4 photographs. Just in the first one, he got the image of the UFO. In the other 3, it wasn't. And every picture has a difference of half a second. Then, the object moved in less than half a second to be in one picture and not in the next. Exactly the same attitude we saw in the UFO in Russia. Now this image was taken, if you remember the Mauricio Ruiz case in Alvin, Texas, this was taken the next night. And we think was very interesting, this was taken by a neighbor next house to Mauricio Ruiz, who took the incredible UFO video that we presented in the last 2 years, and which has proved that produces high magnetic energy. Again, another video from Russia, 25th of April, a fleet, like we have seen many in Mexico. The same night in Slovakia was also recorded by the police, a fleet. This was videotaped by the police in Slovakia. It's interesting because now the fleet phenomenon is all around the world. If you remember, a few years ago we talked this and was almost in Mexico, exclusively in Mexico. Now it's around the world. I'm going to present now, with the permission of my friend Haktan Hakdogan from Turkey, these 3 videos recorded by Yalcin Yalman. I had the chance to be there with my friend Roger Lear, and he told me, you can quote me, I never seen so much UFO activity in my life as I saw in one night in Kumburgas. Is that right, Roger? Are you there? No, he's not. Okay, he told me that, and to tell you this, and you can ask him, because I was witness. I was witness to of the incredible interest that there is in Turkey around the phenomenon. The national television live, frequently was with us. They went to the Congress that Haktan Hakdogan organized in Istanbul, and incredibly our friend Antonio Ursi, who was here last year, and he recorded an sphere outside this hotel. He did the same outside the auditorium of the Congress, and the national television was there, and they were able to record it too. And all of this was presented in the news, national level, by the national television of Turkey. Because of all of this, they went next night with us to the beach to make a skywatch.
Doctor himself.
Do you want to tell us what you saw in Kumburgas?
Essentially, when we came back from Turkey, I was telling everybody that we saw so many UFOs, I was tired of looking at them. But this small town on the European coast of Turkey, Kumburgas, we stayed up from 12 o'clock at night to about 5 o'clock in the morning. And in doing so, we saw absolutely some phenomenal things, and things that were duplicated that had been seen the previous year. So I'm sure Jaime has got some of that that he's going to show you, so you'll be quite fascinated.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Jaime.
Thank you, Roy.
Now I'm going to present you 3 videos recorded by Yalcin Yalman, this man who works at night on the beach, works